So Alan presented with an acute heart attack, which is a life-threatening condition. Obviously, it's a medical emergency. When Alan arrived, we immediately were involved in Alan's care, and this rang alarm bells that we needed to act promptly. Alan was taken directly to our cardiac catheter suite, which has been supported by the hospital foundation, and we can now provide emergency care where Alan was taken to have an emergency stent procedure. Alan had a heart attack with a completely blocked artery, and if that blocked artery was not opened, it would have led to a large heart attack and may have even taken his life. So with the support of the hospital foundation and being able to have the facilities to do the procedures we do here, people like Alan get the greatest benefit of all. It's a privilege to have the opportunity to help someone like Alan. Look, there is personal reward, but it's more of the teamwork involved and the satisfaction of seeing the team come together to do such great work. And being here today talking to Alan is the greatest satisfaction of all.
Thank you very much for the operation. You give me another few years, so yeah, it's always a good thing.
Thank you,
so,
Alan.
I'd say it's a fine charity and it should be supported as much as people can. It's definitely worth it, so I'd encourage anyone to donate whatever they could towards it, because it's definitely worth it. I'm 62 years old, and I was admitted to hospital on Friday for having chest pains, and was diagnosed with a blood clot in a stent that was put into me in 2006, and I was taken from ED to the cannula lab where they replaced the stent completely and reopened the artery. Pretty much, a lot of people say they confuse it with indigestion, but I don't see how you can. I think it's totally different pain. Yeah, you can sort of realise what it is in fairly short term. So initially I felt a bit foolish about calling the ambulance, but apparently it was the right thing to do. So yeah, it was the same thing. Basically, I had pains, but they weren't in my chest, they were in my back. And on coming to hospital, I was actually driven into hospital at that stage, and on investigation they initially couldn't find anything wrong, and when the angiogram was completed they actually found a slightly blocked artery at the rear of my heart, and they decided then to stent it, which back then, 2006, required the trip to Townsville. I actually was about 4 weeks after the initial my release from hospital. They sent me a voucher and I went down by bus the night before the procedure. It was excellent actually, and of course there was no sort of time delay between either. No, it was fine. I was actually interested in seeing it on the screen, and the doctor and the staff were all very good and professional, and they worked very well, like a pit crew. A racing team. Basically the pain disappears pretty much straight away. I am here today because of it, yes, indeed. Cardiac Challenges is a fine fundraiser, and it should be supported, I think, as much as possible. I would say good on you for doing it. I think it's a great thing to do.